Alright folks, it's August the 5th, 2025. The weather's cooled off just a little bit compared to what it was. We're going to be going over a few things here today at Fuzzy's Garage. These Dodge trucks will be one. Hopefully later today we'll have another video on the 55 Chevy. It's going to be about the motor and the intake manifold and carburetor. Hopefully we can get to that later today, but right now we're going to talk about these Dodge trucks for a minute, and in the future there'll be separate videos on these trucks. We'll just go over them briefly here. This first one here, I believe it's an 89 Dodge Ram, and I currently switched it to a 360 Magnum. We're still in the process of finishing it up, but a big difference and a lot of changes and a lot of work. We're going to be doing a video on that in the future, but it runs like a scalded dog. Okay, this red one here is a 88 Dodge half-ton pickup, and we just recently got it, and it was covered in tree sap and had a bunch of dents in it. We popped them out. It is a one-owner truck, and we're going to be making a video on it as we make progress as well. Should have started from the start, but didn't necessarily know we was going to be doing this. Okay, and then we got this other one over here, and some of you may have seen this truck before. This is a truck that can do anything. It can just do anything, and we're going to make a video about it, and it's going to be a longer video because of all the things that it has done and with pictures to prove it. We're going to try to go by facts here at Fuzzy's Garage, and you know, we just want things to be right, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to talk a little more about this truck here and how I got it and what it's done, and like I said, in the future we're going to do a video on the truck as it moves forward, but we'll talk about some of the things that it's done and how I got it for now. A friend of mine had this truck, and it had a camper top on it, and it was the same color up here as it was, and it was brown in here, and he said, would you like to buy this truck? It had these same wheels on it at the time. This is about 30 years ago. And I said, no, I don't want that truck. I said, it's the ugliest truck I ever seen. And he said, well, it's got an Ellison racing engine in it. And he started it up, and I'm like, I'll take it. And I've had it ever since. It no longer has the Ellison racing engine in it. It was in there for about 11 years. It's currently running a LA 360 out of a motorhome and transmission. The only thing I done was put an intake manifold and a Holley Street Fighter on it. It's not even a double pumper. But we'll show you the engine here, and this truck can do things that you just wouldn't believe. And in the future videos, there's going to be some pictures of it doing those things, such as hauling an airplane, hauling an 1,100-gallon tank full of water on a trailer, hauling junk, hauling wood. You just wouldn't believe the things that this truck can do. And we also take it to the racetrack, and it's just an old truck, but it does good at the racetrack, even against high-dollar cars. And I went to the finals in it. My friends went to the finals in it, and it's just an unbelievable truck. And you can buy these trucks fairly cheap compared to a square body Chevy or some other trucks, so they're an easy platform to build. And we'll show you the engine here to get started. Okay, so here it is, an LA 360. This engine come right out of a motorhome, and the only thing I've done to it is put an intake manifold on it and valve covers and carburetor. And it makes for a very reliable engine, because most motorhomes, people buy them, take a couple trips in them, then they sit in their backyard. So If you get an engine out of a motorhome, you're basically getting a new engine because they don't have no miles on them, and you can do things like I do with this truck without having any troubles. Okay, so we're going to do more videos on this truck in the future and post pictures of what it's done. And for now, we're going to go on to some ram heads and some talk about a 3D printer. So we're going to talk about a couple more things here, and then we're going to go on to the ram head and the 3D printer talk. Okay, you know, I told you this truck had done a lot of things, and me and my friend both had been to the finals in it. You know, if you look on the back window here, here's some proof. Winter 2023 Thornhill drag strip, perfect light Thornhill drag strip. So lots of people have seen this truck before, and in the future I'm going to switch the truck to a 6.4 Hemi, but for now it's just too good of a truck to take apart. But that is the future plan. It's been so good to me, I'm going to put a Hemi in it, so it's the future plan. But for now we're going to talk about some ram heads. These ram heads, this is an original. You can see it's spring loaded. That's the way the originals are. This one down here, this one's an aftermarket. You can see it does not do that. It's not spring loaded. Okay? Because, you know, people will come by and knock these off and steal them and as a trophy, but this is an aftermarket and that's an original. But we've found some stuff on 3D printers that you can do, and we're going to show you here. If you have a 3D printer, you could do this. You'll just have to find you a code to be able to do it. This one here is like an original, printed off of a 3D printer. It's plastic. Takes a little bit to make it, but not too long on this one. We've also made them in bigger sizes. Now keep in mind that my son does all this because I'm computer literate. I don't even have a cell phone, so my son's taking care of everything on this channel, and he works a full-time job as well, so we can only do when we can do, but we're going to try to keep going as long as people like it. So here's another example. As you can see, these two we printed even a little bigger. Okay? So then we really decided to do something. And we made a big one, which was a little, a long print, you know, and everybody that we showed it to really liked it. So then we tried to take things to even one step further. A big giant ram's head, probably the only one of its kind. If you got a 3D printer, you could do things like this. This was a really long print, and by the time it printed, the 3D printer wasn't no longer any good, and we had to get another one. So we've gone through a couple printers trying to do this stuff, but that's what it took. You can also do other things for other cars, like make emblems. You know, you don't have to buy everything. You know, everything's expensive, so maybe y'all might want to do something like this to try to save yourself some money, or just for a hobby or whatever. But we're going to keep moving forward on these Dodge trucks at Fuzzy's Garage, along with the 55 Chevy and everything else, and plenty of videos to come explaining things further.